You will never believe what I saw that night at the gas station on the corner of Walnut and Abrams. She was standing there, leaning against some stranger's car, with a cigarette between her fingers. In 2 years of being together, she had never smoked in front of me. The neon light was falling on her face, and in that moment I realized I was looking at a stranger. But to understand what I felt then, you need to know the story from the beginning. My name is Robert Lucas. I'm 31 years old. I work as a security consultant, a job that forces me to travel constantly. Houston, Dallas, Greenville, and dozens of other cities. I met Nicole on a business trip to Greenville. She was 28, worked as a dental hygienist, and had a smile that made me forget where I was. Friends introduced us at a bar. She was wearing a navy blue dress. Her hair fell long over her shoulders. When she smiled, I swear the whole room lit up. "You're Robert, right?" she asked me. "Yes, and you?" "Nicole, your friends told me a lot about you." That night, Seltzer, we talked until 3 in the morning. She told me about her life. She was staying with an acquaintance, wanted to move out on her own, but couldn't afford it. I listened to her, and something inside me stirred. In the following weeks, we talked on the phone every day. Every time I heard her voice, my heart beat faster. I knew I had fallen in love. A month later, I made a decision. "Nicole, I have an apartment in Dallas. You can move in there. Are you serious?" "Serious? I'll pay half the rent. You pay the other half. You'll have a stable place to stay, and I will have somewhere to come back to." She was silent for a moment. Then I heard her crying on the phone. "Robert, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you so much." That was the happiest moment of my life. I thought I had found the person I would spend the rest of my life with. I was dead wrong. 2 years, 730 days, 17,520 hours. That's how long I spent building a life with Nicole. The apartment in Dallas wasn't cheap. $1,800 a month, 2 bedrooms, a spacious living room, city view. According to our agreement, she paid half, I paid half, but in reality I paid almost everything. There were months when she would say, "I'm a little short this month, can you cover it?" And I always said yes. There were months when she didn't even mention the rent, as if it was automatically my responsibility. I never complained, because I loved her. Electricity, water, internet. I paid. The food in the fridge, I bought it. The clothes she wore to work, most of them were gifts from me. Every time I left for a business trip, I left her money. "This is for groceries. I'll be back on the weekend. Thank you, honey. I love you." "I love you too." Every time I heard her say "I love you," my heart warmed up. I believed that. No matter how hard the job was, I had someone waiting for me at home. I had a reason to work hard. I had a reason to live. But in the last few weeks, something started to change. I began to notice strange things in the apartment. Lace panties, those thin, sexy thongs, the kind I had wanted to buy her many times, but she always refused. I don't like wearing those, they're not comfortable. And yet, now they were in her drawer. Not one, several. In all colors. Who was she wearing them for? That question haunted me every night. I would lie alone in my hotel room in Houston, staring at the ceiling, trying to convince myself I was overthinking. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe she bought them as a surprise for me. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. I would call her and ask what she was doing. Just at home, watching TV. Did anyone come by? No. Why do you ask? Nothing. Just missed you. I missed you too. But her voice, it was different. It no longer had the warmth it used to, no longer had the excitement when she heard my voice. It had become distant, like she was talking to an acquaintance, not her boyfriend. I asked her a million times, is something wrong? Are you hiding something from me? Are we okay? And the answer was always, nothing's wrong, you're thinking too much. I wanted to believe her, I really did, but a man's instinct never lies, and my instinct was screaming that something was very, very wrong. One night, after I hung up the phone with Nicole, I sat on the hotel bed and stared at the screen. Her name was still displayed, with a little heart next to it. I had two options. First, continue to trust, continue to love, continue to ignore all the signs. Second, find out the truth, even if that truth could shatter my heart. I chose the second option. No one wants to admit they might be betrayed. No one wants to be the one who suspects their girlfriend. But I couldn't live in this uncertainty anymore. It was killing me day by day. I called Cheaters, the infidelity investigation show. They had a team of detectives, surveillance equipment, and they could help me find the truth. I need your help. I think my girlfriend is cheating on me, but I have no proof. I need to know the truth. We'll help you, Robert. We'll find out the truth. And that's exactly what they did. On the second day of investigation, the team started surveilling our apartment in Dallas. Just one day after they started, they discovered something. An unknown car parked in front of the building. A man got out. He was wearing a bright white shirt. He walked straight into our apartment, like it was his home. A little later, the door opened. Nicole came out. Together with him, they walked to the parking lot, shoulder to shoulder. He opened the car door for her. The same polite gesture I made every time I took her somewhere. She got in the car with a smile on her face, and then, in broad daylight, in the middle of the street, they kissed, without hiding, without shame, like I didn't exist. The camera captured everything. They drove around the neighborhood for a while, then stopped at a store. Nicole walked in casually, bought something, came out 10 minutes later. The guy waited for her in the car, patient. He probably knew his reward would come soon. Then they went straight back to the apartment I was paying rent for. They went in together, hand in hand, and the door closed. On the third day, the man came back. This time, the team had installed a hidden camera inside the apartment. At my request, his name was Michael Johnson. I watched him sit down on my couch. The couch I had bought for $2,000. He was smiling wide. Nicole sat down next to him, and he pulled her into his arms. They talked, they laughed, like it was their home. And then they got up. They headed toward the bedroom. Our bedroom, the bed that she and I shared. I couldn't watch anymore. On the sixth day of investigation, Michael Johnson showed up again. The camera captured how the room heated up when he was there. And all this time, Nicole was calling me every night. I miss you, I love you. I felt sick. The investigation team concluded they had enough evidence. They called me, asked me to fly from Houston to Dallas to see the recordings, and they asked me something I will never forget. Robert, do you want to confront them? I flew from Houston to Dallas that evening. Joey Greco, the host of the show, was waiting for me in a van parked on the outskirts of the city. Robert, thanks for coming. I know it was a long trip. I need to see it. I need to know the truth. Joey nodded and turned on the screen. The first recording, the unknown car parking in front of the apartment, the man in the white shirt getting out, Nicole leaving with him. Their kiss. I felt like someone punched me in the stomach. This is the first indication of what was happening. But Robert, there's more. The second recording, the same man, on my couch, smiling, pulling Nicole into his arms, then heading toward the bedroom. I turned my face away. I can't watch anymore. Robert, there's one more recording. The third recording, him coming again, the room heating up, and all this time, Nicole calling me, telling me she loves me, that she misses me. I felt sick. I asked her a million times. I asked her if something was wrong, if there was someone else, and she always said no. Joey looked at me with compassion. Robert, we know where they are now. They're at your apartment. Do you want to go there? I took a deep breath. Let's go. Our car headed toward the apartment. The whole way, I didn't say a word. My mind was full of thousands of questions. Why? Why did she do this? I gave her everything she needed, everything she wanted, and this is how she repaid me. I can't understand. I gave her everything she could have asked for, she got from me. And for what? Joey didn't answer. He just looked at me with the understanding of someone who had seen too many stories like this. The radio in the car crackled. They just left the apartment, heading down Abrams. Follow them. Let me know when they stop. A few minutes later, they're at the gas station on the corner of Walnut and Abrams. Right on the corner. You can't miss them. What are they doing? Pumping gas. She's smoking by the car. I clenched my teeth. She doesn't smoke. She never smoked in front of me. We're going there. The car stopped at the gas station, and I saw her. Nicole was standing there, leaning against Michael Johnson's car, with a cigarette between her fingers. The neon light from the gas station was falling on her face, and she was laughing, the same laugh that once melted my heart. But now, that laugh made me want to explode. I got out of the car. Nicole? She turned around. The smile disappeared. Her face went white like she had seen a ghost. Robert! What? What are you doing here? What am I doing? I should be asking you that. Michael Johnson, the man in the white shirt, got out of the car, with an arrogant expression on his face. Hey, what's going on? I looked him straight in the eyes. She lives in my apartment. I pay the rent for her. And who the hell are you? Nicole jumped in, defensive. This is not the place for this conversation, Robert. Not in public. Oh, now you care about public, but you didn't care when you were kissing this guy in the middle of the street? Joey Greco approached, trying to calm the situation. Robert, calm down, take a deep breath, ask what you need to ask. I looked at Nicole. 2 years, Nicole. 2 years I gave you everything. A home, money, love, everything you needed, I gave you. And this is how you repay me, Nicole screamed. We're not good for each other, Robert. It's been a long time. Then why didn't you tell me? Why did you have to sneak around like this? What did you want me to say, that I don't love you anymore? Would you have accepted that? That question hit me right in the heart. She didn't love me anymore. Maybe she hadn't loved me for a long time. Nicole turned to the camera, screaming, Turn off the camera, turn it off. Joey shook his head. You live in his apartment, Nicole. He has the right to know the truth. I don't owe anyone anything. I looked at her. The woman I had loved more than myself, and I didn't recognize her anymore. Why? What did I do wrong? Why did you have to do this to me? Nicole was silent for a moment. Then she said, We're not good for each other, Robert. That's all. We're not good for each other. 2 years I worked hard for her. 2 years I sacrificed my time, my money, my health. 2 years I had a blind trust, and this was the answer I got. Michael Johnson approached with that same disgusting, arrogant expression. Hey, buddy, calm down. I turned to him, eyes red. Don't you tell me what to do. Who are you to come into my home, to sleep with my girlfriend, in the bed that I bought? Not my problem. He shrugged. I felt the blood rushing to my head. Joey quickly stepped between us. Robert, don't. Don't do something you'll regret. I took a deep breath, trying to control myself. Then I turned to Nicole, and I said in a voice cold as ice, You have until tonight to pack your things and get out of the apartment. Nicole's eyes went wide. Robert! I don't want to hear anything else tonight. Pack your things. I turned around and walked away without looking back. On the way back, Joey asked me, Robert, would you want her back? I was silent for a long time. I remembered everything. The first time I saw her in Greenville, her smile, her laugh, the nights we talked on the phone until late, the times I flew to Dallas just to be with her for a few days. I had loved her, truly, but that love had been betrayed, trampled on, treated like garbage. No, I don't want her back. And that guy, what do you think about him? I laughed bitterly. That guy, I don't know where she found him. Probably at some rehab center or something. He looks like a junkie. I shook my head. But it doesn't matter anymore. They deserve each other. The days that followed weren't easy. Nicole packed her things that night, just as I had asked. She didn't call me, didn't text me, didn't apologize. She just disappeared from my life. Like those 2 years had never existed. I heard later that she blamed me. She said I didn't know how to take the hints that she was losing interest. She said I led her astray. I laughed when I heard that. I led her astray while I was working hard, while I was paying the rent, and she was bringing other men into our bedroom. As for Michael Johnson, the Cheetahs team tried to contact him several times. No one could find him. Disappeared, like he never existed. That was probably for the best. Now, sitting alone in the empty apartment, I have time to think. 2 years, $43,200 in rent that I paid, plus electricity, water, food, clothes, and countless other things. In total, probably over $60,000, and 2 years of my life. What did I get in return, Lies? Betrayal? The humiliation of discovering that my girlfriend was sleeping with someone else, in the bed that I had bought. But you know what? I don't regret it. Not because I enjoy being cheated on, but because this experience taught me an important lesson. A lesson I will never forget. Love doesn't mean giving unconditionally only to be exploited. I loved blindly. I trusted blindly. I believed that if I gave enough, the other person would appreciate it. But some people take, and they never get enough. They will take everything you have, then turn their back on you without any remorse. Nicole was one of those people, and I learned to recognize those kinds of people. Actually, I'm looking forward to living alone. No worries, no suspicions, no wondering if the person I love is lying to me. This apartment is now mine, only mine. I changed the couch, the one that guy sat on. I changed the bed, the one they defiled. I repainted the walls, changed the curtains, bought new furniture. This is no longer a place of painful memories. This is a place for a new beginning. I still work as a security consultant. I still fly between cities. But now, every time I come home, I don't have to fear finding someone there. I'm not rushing to find a new relationship. Maybe one day, when I've fully healed, I'll open my heart again. But this time, I'll be wiser. I'll choose someone who deserves my love, someone who appreciates what I give, someone who will never make me wonder if I'm being betrayed. If you're reading this story and it feels familiar, if you're in a relationship and something is making you uneasy, I want to tell you this. Trust your instinct. Instinct never lies. If something feels wrong, it probably is wrong. Don't be afraid of the truth, because no matter how painful the truth is, it's better than living in a lie. I lost 2 years and over $60,000 to learn this lesson. You don't have to pay that high a price. Don't let anyone exploit your love. Don't let anyone take your sacrifice for granted. And if they don't appreciate you, have the courage to let go. Because out there are people who deserve your love more, and you deserve to be loved the right way. Have you ever been betrayed? What did you do to get through it? Share your story, because sometimes sharing is the first step toward healing.